Yo, yo, what's the deal? Left on the Bobby Double J. Just want to make sure real quick that everybody out there can hear me, that the audio is coming through clear and direct. Let me run over here and me activate this, toggle this on like. We're gonna get into some content, man. Let me get back over here and wrap with y'all. Per usual, all praise be to the Most High God, because without the divine protection, correction, and direction of the Most High, where will we be? Um, Real quickly, just want to lead in with this. Smooth Brew, what is the deal? Much love and respect. Mental health in the Black community is just as real as mental health in other communities. Let's train ourselves. Let's orientate ourselves in how to see certain indicators that some of our loved ones may be in emotional distress, mental distress. And let's start learning the strategies, the techniques to engage our loved ones that we feel may be mentally in distress, and let's do our part. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me. Let me know. Somebody let me know if y'all can hear me. Somebody let me know if y'all can hear me before we get too far. And I do all that talking and ain't nobody heard a thing that I said. You know what I'm talking about? Beautifully blessed. Peace and blessings, my amazing sister. You are amazing. You are incredible. You are remarkable. And you are worthy of having your praises sung, sister. You know what I mean? And I'm just telling you that, for what's real. Okay, y'all can hear me. Let's get into it, man. Can peace be reached in wise? Before we get into that and individuals start putting their answers in the chat, I want to send a list. Even though I put it last in the title, but I want to sing the praises of Brother BUTTA. I want to sing his praises right here, right now, and express my appreciation of his efforts, because what this brother is contributing to this movement, it makes peace for a certain generation and demographic right now, as it is in its infancy. He makes peace that much more probable and possible. Even just through the private conversations that he and I didn't had, and he kind of like changed my perception in a few things. So one thing that I'm not going to do, I'm not going to make any more rebuttal videos. I'm not going back and forth and be somewhat derogatory or counterproductive, because now, with brother Butter seeing the vision and also being a visionaire, there's no need for that, because through his connections with the brothers over there, now we have reestablished a line of communication to where if something go up we think is offensive, we making a call. Hey, what's going on, man? This, that, and third. Is it another way that we can address this, go about this, so on and so forth? So I want to send a major shout out to PJ Butter, man, and just having a brother of his caliber, of that magnitude, to come on and say, man, I see the vision. Yay, let's do this. And listen, man, when I tell you that these phones have been going crazy since we did that broadcast, since we did that live, man, it's been going crazy, bro. I'm on a phone, having full-fledged, and listen, I'm talking about 2-hour conversations and discussions with brothers from the joint downs. And this is real. This ain't me coming on here and over exaggerating or fabricating to get more people involved and interested. Man, listen, this is word is bond. It's a strong possibility, man. Man, listen, homie. It's a strong possibility that a certain generation and demographic can usher in peace into wise. We do that, we get it right, and we get a young homie something that they can see. And look, do not be dismayed, do not be discouraged if youngsters from any side, if you see youngsters from any side come on here and say F peace, we ain't peace, and it's all good. You got to understand the pain, the hurt, and the trauma, and the hostility that they have. So it's understandable. When they did the first peace treaty in 1992, it was some of that. I remember being a kid, And my big homie Frog Dog, rest in peace, the Frog Dog, asked me, and I'm a kid. But this, like Butter say, if TB asks you to pick something up and do this, or TB just acknowledge you, that makes you feel like a nigga, right? So when Frog Dog was walking down the bullside, he was like, oh, ain't it? He was like, man, is you with this piece shit? I was about to say, yeah. You feel what I'm saying? But I got, man, listen, homie, that Peace Streety, man, I had dudes from Gray Streets giving me $10, but man, people from everywhere, me and Lil Rob, man. So, man, we listen, man, we seeing the festivities. When I have to reiterate this. That energy, that ambiance that came from all these black warriors. We are not talking about beta males. We talking about real life hat catchers. You feel what I'm saying? All of them in Imperial Courts, homie. Everybody on the same accord. And you got to understand, this is around the time that CRC, CK, not no disrespect to the Crips. I'm a Crip. I feel like I can say CK appropriately, right? But that's when that wizard was, still had our communities in the chokehold. So some of the brothers was having a lot of paper, you feel me? Jumping out fly candy painted 6-folds, Benzes, like it was crazy, man. You had to be there to witness it and experience it. And that's another reason why I go so hard trying to reestablish peace in Watts, because I believe if we can do it in Watts, it can be replicated and put down everywhere else. Before I go forward and finish my point about Frog Dog, right? I'm gonna say this. I want to send a major shout out to the Rolling 30s and a Rolling 40 neighborhood Crips. If they was able to put their differences to the side to come together and say, you know what, homie, we gonna end this, that's a major shout out. Because that war that they had, man, that shit was crazy. When the 30s and the 40s was beefing, but cooler heads prevailed, homie, and they seen that it'd benefit them more to have some form of a peace treaty or ceasefire among those two rival factions at that point in time. Acknowledging and highlighting them being willing to usher in peace, be pioneers and champions for peace. Shout out to those brothers. We also have to talk about the East Coasters and their efforts that have been successful. The East Coast Crips, and if you from Los Angeles, you know that war with them in the Broadways was crazy. That war with them in the Avalons was crazy. That war with them in the main streets, in the kitchens, it was crazy. Y'all remember A's, Ways, Mains, and K's? They have end those beefs. So we got to acknowledge them and send a shout out and a salute to them. But then we got to ask the question, what about Watts? We are the architects of it. We are the pioneers of it. We are the individuals that did it first. And it's not a superiority complex. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, why are we going to be last on something that we ushered into Los Angeles, something that we made cool, something that in our community lasted almost 12 years? That peace treaty, that ceasefire, that opening up lines of communication and reducing hostilities by using those lines of communication, which we will now going forward. Shout out to PJ Butter for opening up those doors and them phone lines and all this and all that. But what we gonna do? We maintained it for almost 12 years. And people may come on here and be pessimists and all this and all that, and it's cool. Some people have never seen it. But some of them babies that was born from like 1992 all the way to like the early 2000s, I got little homeboys. I got cousins who daddy is from Great. This is the truth. Peace Treaty babies is what the homie called them yesterday. That's the name that they put on them, the Peace Treaty babies, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Man, listen, I got a homie who got kids from the joint downs. They from Grave Street. It's in Gray Streets. They got babies, and their kids is from Bunny Hunters. My nigga A-Ball from Eastside, Bunny Hunter Watts. One of his sons is from Gray Street. So you know what I mean? Let's make it make sense because children have been bred from what we did in Watts in 1992. You have babies that's a byproduct of that. We brought lives into the world from that union that we had created in 1992. So what are we going to do? You know what I mean? So if any youngsters come on here and they're in opposition to it, just give them understanding. It's all good. It ain't caught fire. It ain't hit that generation yet. We ain't gonna count them out. We ain't gonna come on here and smut them and say this. No, we're not gonna do none of that because we understand their pain, their frustration, and they scratching their heads because they went around for the peace treaty. They don't remember that before it was allegedly Hannah Heard that it was Bonnie Hannah Grape. Before it's Bonnie Hannah Grape, you had the PJs that had a relationship with the Grape Streets. Before the PJs had that relationship with the Grape Streets under Crippen, you had the Green Jackets. The Green Jackets was the niggas and Gardens and the joint downs under one gang. This is the truth. So when we know this type of history and we can give this type of history to these youngsters, then it set in their mind to where they can see it and they can visualize outside of what we have conditioned them to think and believe. Now, boom, I see Frog Dog. Frog Dog asked me, am I with the Peace Treaty, Edie? I was about to say, yeah, I'm a kid, man. I'm born in 85. The Peace Treaty was in 1992. I think I'm about 6 or 7. 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. I was 7 years old. You feel what I'm saying? I'm about to say, hell yeah. Man, these niggas is giving me money. Man, these niggas pulling out bank rolls. My auntie making money hand over fist because she got the candy lady. So instead of dudes going to, and listen, homie, it was so many cars in the projects. It wasn't no bagging out. And man, listen, homie, once you was in, you was in. So if you had something to do, no, you wasn't leaving the projects. And this is the truth because it was cars everywhere. It was cars up and down 114th Street, up and down 115th Street, up and down 113th Street, on 112th, all up and down Imperial. Like, it was cars everywhere. So when dudes wanted some popcorn or some sodas, like, you know, Juju's and Wham Whams, getting the munchie, man, all them dudes was coming to my Auntie Jean, rest in peace to my Auntie Jean, coming to the candy house, man. I'm talking about Hoovers, I'm talking about 6-0s, I'm talking about 8-tray gangsters, I'm talking about everything that beef with each other. This is the peace treaties, man. I'm giving you, listen, man, I'm giving it to you live and direct, homie. The ambiance of that, the way that it made me feel as a younger brother coming up and would be a future active gangbanger in a reputable in my generation. You understand what I'm saying? Like when you read these Monster Cody books and Monster Cody name, you know, naming out peoples in their generation. In my generation, you know, I got relevance like that. I got social equity in my generation like that. You feel what I'm saying? And man, listen, this is big, man. Y'all don't understand how big this is, man. All from that video that we did with PJ Butter, man. Shout out to him. I got in contact, and you know, the brother from Compton, and all is forgiven. We trying to establish peace. You know what I mean? So, you know, Keep It a Benji came on in. He said, you know, a few things towards me and all that, but that I forgive you. I can't say that we pushing peace, and then, you know, the homie from Compton said something that can be considered borderline offensive, but you know, a motherfucker on his head, like, no. But even through him coming on saying what he said, man, my niggas from Compton is tapping in. I just got back in contact with my partner P Blank, you know what I mean, from Park Village, Compton Crib, with my niggas from Front Hood. Like, yeah, like we bring, listen, homie, we bringing it in. So everybody should be finding a way to say, listen, this is what I can contribute to it being peace, possibly in Watts. Do y'all think this can happen? Like, what y'all think? Because if we can put it down in Watts, man, I promise you, if we can reestablish peace back in Watts, if we can do this, if we can pull this off, this is going to be monumental. Listen to what I'm telling you, man. This right here is going to be one for the books. If Watts, let me give y'all a little backstory, right? Boom. I run into an amazing brother, a reputable cat from out of the niggas. His name, I know the homie name, forgive me. Sometimes we be having those T thing. From Eastside, Bunny on the Watch. Shout out to the Bunny Hunters. And you know, we having a union of the minds. And you're like, man, you sharp. He say, listen, man. He said, I like the way you talk. And he say, man, if you really about that out there, excuse me, 1 minute. Hold on, let me mic up. Man, these calls be coming in like crazy on my mama. Hold on. The cause is crazy. Can't make this up. It's picking up that energy. It got that synergy to it. You feel what I'm saying? To where this thing can really potentially happen on my mama. But getting back to the story, I run into T-Thang, man. And T-Thang said, man, if you really about that, You know what I mean? And you serious out there. He say, homie, you know, I holler at my homies and you know what I mean, and see what's going on because I'm feeling the passion. I'm feeling where you come from, and you got me sold. He say the way you talking, if your talking match up with your actions and all that, he's like, man, you got me sold, man. I go out there, I put a bug in my homies' ears, and we'll try to bring the homies to the table. And through him, I had a few conversations with a few reputable Baniana. Shout out to the Baniana. The Baniana's most notable, I think, a brother named I think his name was Ben Wild. You know what I mean? Just to have these type of conversations and put this plant a seed in each project, and we got access to the brothers over there in the Haciendas. Right. Even the homies from Tinlon been macking in. Ooh, but I mean, this shit can happen, cuz it can happen. You feel what I'm saying? And thanks for the wisdom, the guidance, and you know the involvement of Brother Butter, man, because it take those type of individuals, man, to say, you know what, we've been doing this shit enough. How can we leverage these relationships? How can we use these relationships to do something positive and productive in the community? This right here, with all you podcasters that say y'all be pushing peace and all that, but a lot of y'all, and I'm not throwing shots and none of that because we really on this peace thing, man. I've been talking about this peace situation for what? Ever since I've been on here. Even when controversy, you know, comes up and all this and all that, we still gonna push this peace envelope. You feel what I'm saying? But this should be being covered. All them podcasters out there that like to tell you what's hip, what's pop, what's trending, what's cracking, what's popping in the streets of Los Angeles, they should be covering this. They should be finding ways to support the movement and get it out there in the public's eye, like an Ali jab. You feel what I'm saying? To get more people involved, to get more people's curious about it, to get more people to say, man, how can I participate? How can I donate? How can I get involved? Like, what do we got to do to make sure that this happens? Because if we can do it in Watts, we can do it in Compton. If we can do it in Compton, then we can do it in South Central. If we can do it in Watts, Compton, South Central, we can do it anywhere in the world. That first one went all over the world. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sniper. Shout out and rest in peace to the homie Red Rooster. Shout out and rest in peace to the big homie Serpo. Shout out Daoud Sherrills, Akila Sherrill. Shout out Elementary. Shout out the brother from the Haciendas, Twilight Bay. Shout out to all the brothers from the Nickersons that participated in that situation and made it a success. You feel me? You feel me? And shout out to Ice T. Shout out to Cam. Shout out to everybody that gave it media coverage. Did you know that Tony Bogart, right? A straight hookah baka baka and all this, a straight gorilla coming up out of the Imperial Courts housing projects. He had so many bodies under his belt, and I'm not bragging about it. I'm just giving you an idea of who Tony Bogart was. You understand what I'm saying? Tony Bogart had 25 known under his belt. They called him the Black Al Capone. That's Tony Bogart. He joined the movement, right? Because it was, I don't want to get too deep into the history, but I done got deep into the history and told you how it was formulated, the forefathers. The forefathers would be, I forget the brother from Baniana's name, but Daoud Sherrills, Dwayne Sniper Home, Red Rooster, Serpo. You can't forget about the Islamic brother Mujahid. Can't forget about him. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, just honoring and sending a salute out to them. But when Tony Bogart came on board, man, it went international. Word is bond. It went international. You got a dude that was in the trenches getting to it. That was on an Oprah Winfrey show. Oprah Winfrey don't even like rappers. But here it is. She got Tony Bogart, a straight head, a straight one of those, you feel what I'm saying, homie, that went on an Oprah Winfrey show talking about why peace was needed in the black community, and just a marvelous episode, man. We did a documentary a few years ago, and we was trying to get the footage, but Oprah Winfrey and her team like, no, we're not doing that, because after he passed away, we found out who he was. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? But that's that, man. Shout out to everybody, man, that's pushing for this, that's praying for this, that's giving acknowledgement to this, man. Shout out to everybody that supported, whether directly or indirectly. You feel what I'm saying? But now we're about to move on to the second part of the topic of discussion of today. Adam 22. What's going on with Adam 22, man? He just did some content. Let's just get into the content, man. Let me load this thing up. So we're going to be talking about Adam 22. I'm just trying to see from which angle we're going to address and attack this situation from. Let's start right here. Let me see. Let's go right here. Boom, I think it's right here. Let's get this pulled up and cracking. But before we get into that, I would like to acknowledge and address the fact that every other week, now it's becoming more frequent. Now it's been multiple transgressions and a whole lot of disrespect coming from the Latino community. It was every other week. First it was like every other month, or it was periodic, but now it's becoming more frequent. And I asked this to the Soreño, the Hispanic community, like what y'all on, Edie? Like what y'all on? Y'all continuously come on here and disrespect black women, black men, the black community while y'all cosplay our culture. Like what's going on? Like we really want to know. A few years ago, myself, Skip Townsend, we sent him an invitation. Professor Melly Mel, Santana Block Compton Crib, shout out to him. Daoud Sherrills and Malik Spellman was going to go and co-host a podcast with American Cholo, which is Gil, and the guy Bozo and a few more Serranios to talk about inter-minority conflict and inter-minority racism and just inter-minority relationships, but we never got around to it. I got COVID, and it seems like everybody else wasn't as, I don't want to say committed, but wasn't as zealous as I was. You feel what I'm saying? But that conversation should have been had to American Cholo. They say you're not running content no more. I don't know what's up. I haven't been over there in a long time. I haven't talked to the brother in a minute. But we probably need to revisit revisit and explore having that dialogue, because this shit is becoming outrageous, because we getting tired, man. Y'all coming on here and y'all saying disparaging things, y'all sneak dissing, y'all saying this, y'all saying that, but at the same time, y'all replicating, imitating, and emulate our culture. Like, how could y'all be so expressive in your disrespect towards us, but you're cosplaying our culture? It doesn't make sense, and I'm hoping that y'all can help me understand. I'm hoping that y'all can help me process it to a point to where I can make some logical sense out of it, because I don't understand. In the words of Cat Williams, why are you watching us? Why are you doing this and doing that if you don't like us? Because I don't watch things that I don't like. So we got to have some type of substance. We have to have some type of value if we're to continue topic of y'all discussion. If we are leading you all in fashion, civil rights, social, economic conversations and discussions, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it's us that leads or be an example of what y'all should do, where y'all should go, and where y'all can go when it comes to systematic oppression, racial discrimination. It's us. Cesar Chavez was inspired by blacks, and a slew of others, Chicano, Mexicano, freedom fighters and community activists was influenced by blacks. Well, we're gonna run his content. I don't know what Adam 22 on, but he got some very, very harsh words, for the black and brown community. Adam, how dare you? But this is gonna come in threes, because I got a video about Munchie B addressing the let's just get into the content, man. Wait, hold on, pause. How y'all feeling out there, man? Like, how y'all doing mentally? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? It's the holidays. Some of us have lost people that are near and dear to our heart. Let's keep them close to the heart, but let's not let them cloud the mind. You understand what I'm saying? In life, it's a process. We all got a day that we're going to check out. So don't fester on it. Don't ponder on the loss of our loved ones too long to where it becomes detrimental to your mental. Don't let it become detrimental to your mental, baby. Keep pushing. If you got to reach out and call somebody, call somebody. If you're distrustful and you don't know who to talk to, they got hotlines. Tap into a hotline. If you don't know what hotline, then you hit me, Bobby A.A. Jones. You can hit me at Imperial Vision LLC at myyahoo.com. You can hit me at Bobby A.A. Jones at yahoo.com. I put up a number, And if you need to find resources, if you need, a network, if you need a prayer line, hit me on my mama. Like, let's figure this out, man, because it's a lot of people who are suffering in silence because they don't know how to express and say, man, I'm depressed. Or, man, I'm fighting through something that has me, it's giving me heart palpitations. It's making me sweat, making me feel like that's anxiety. And the thing about anxiety, man, sometimes it just creep up on you and boom, and you think you're having a heart attack. You have never experienced it, and it sends you to the ER because anxiety attacks can be that severe. But you're trying to see what's going on. Why is my body going through this? There's something going on with the marijuana. We'll get into that in another segment. I feel like what we're going to address and talk about right here, right now, it's more important. So I'm about to bring up this video, and we're gonna get into this. But please, man, y'all look out for y'all people who may be suffering in silence, man. And that goes from kids. Now these kids is dealing with anxiety, depression, manic depression, generalized anxiety disorder, and all the way up to our elders. Our elders, the seniors, are 50% more likely to call it a wrap than other individuals who are navigating through mental health challenges and disorders. So let's keep that in mind. Yeah, mama's strong. Yeah, grandmama's strong. But mama, grandmama, grandpa, OG, uncle, and all that, they can get to a point of being tired. You understand what I'm saying? So let's all do our part, man. Damn, I feel good. All praise be to the Most High God, man. Something amazing is about to manifest, whether it's this possible peace movement, you know what I mean? Or something amazing is about to manifest, man. And I pray to God allow something amazing, profound, and big to manifest in y'all lives as well. So I done said enough, man. I done planted enough seeds. We about to get into this content, man. Cue that shit up. See, I should have my daughter queuing it up. Like, man, cue that shit up. And then, you know what I mean? Let's get our kids involved in the positive things that we are building and endeavoring and actually involved in. Black Block Media says, what's up? We need to come together to go against everybody who is against the black love. It's going to be hard as fuck, but let's keep pushing the peace thing. We strong together. PJIP Luda, man, I appreciate that. Rest in peace to the homie Luda, man. Most definitely. Hey, I don't know who you else can, folks, but let's continue the dialogue, man. You got my support, man. Let's figure this out. All we can do is figure it out. You know what I mean? Humiliate you clown, says Tupac, quote, it's the white man I should fear, but it's my own kind doing all it in here. And we're trying to change that. We're going to work on that. Hey, y'all forgive me. I forgot to go on and toggle on my settings and all that because I was so excited to come on here and build with y'all. So maybe some trolls will come in. Let me see if I can do it now. Because we do not want the trolls. We do not want the trolls, baby. We do not want them trolls. So y'all, hold on. Come on. Let's get to it. Let's get to it so we can get through it, baby. I should have did this earlier. Forgive me, y'all. I just don't want to see the trolls and all this and all that. A different type of that I ain't with, and I don't like it. Like, you feel me? And we deserve to be able to come and have intellectual conversations without trolls coming in and trying to negatively affect the energy. Like, we don't need that. Come on, man. That's crazy how long it's taking. Like, this is just insane. Let's see. Hold on 1 minute. Boom, I'm back. Hey, listen, I am somewhat of an iconoclast, right? When we were in the developing stages of Imperial Dreams, I'm telling the homies, like, man, we're gonna do a movie. I'm gonna be in a movie. Initially, I was supposed to play myself in a movie, but I knew I wouldn't. You know what I mean? That's a whole different conversation and all that, because when the politics come into play and that bag is right there, it's like, you know what I mean? But, you know, not going into that. One day we will. You feel what I'm saying? We'll get into the what went into making Imperial Dreams, me going to prison and facing 21 years, and then giving them the script, and the judge and the DA reading the script like, that's this person here, this young man here. And the director and writer of Imperial Dreams, Malik Vithal, he says this young guy is an important piece of what we need in the community. He's a pillar of the community. And they went from trying to give me 21 years to offer me 2 years with halftime. I said, man, run that. All off the script. Listen, homie, all off the script of Imperial Dreams. But when I used to tell the homies, like, man, we gonna make a movie about the man, niggas, my brothers thought I was crazy. So when I'm coming on here, I'm saying, man, we could potentially have peace. Like, this can be something that can be reached. This can be something that can be a real thing by the summertime, summer 2026. I know a lot of people saying, man, that nigga must be crazy. It's cool. I am an iconoclast. I think outside the box. I challenge certain institutions. I challenge certain systems of teaching, trains of thought, so on and so forth. I can't think inside the box and try to escape the box. My aspirations is outside the box, because outside the box is what we're trying to get. Now, if my aspirations was in the box, then I can think, I can feel, I can perceive and dedicate myself to everything that's inside the box. But my aspirations is outside the box. So if my aspirations is outside the box, we got to use who we can, what we use to get outside the box, because we know what the box is. We know what it's a representation of, metaphorically speaking. But let's get into this content, man. Let's cue this up and let's just do it. You want to just do it? Yeah, let's just do it, man. Man, this is gonna be big, man. Okay, let's start here. All right, let's start here. We got Rich Rap.
Damn. I just gotta say this. Am I tripping, or since Blueface cracked Jenny 6ix9ine, the Mexicans getting more and more racist? Like, I'm just watching this shit. Like, and y'all,
They're not getting more and more racist, my dear rabbit friend, my player partner. They're not getting more racist. They're just becoming more expressive. That's a trophy for them. Jenny 6ix9ine is a trophy for them. Jenny 6ix9ine is what a lot of them is. They have aspirations of making sweet passion and love to. And now you take this trophy Latina that runs over there to a black, and you got to understand their politics, their indoctrinations teaches them that they are superior to us. So if you got a trophy of them, if you got a female that's considered a trophy to them, and this trophy Latina goes over there and is flirtatious and sexually suggestive with a black guy that's supposed to be beneath you, what does that say about you, your people, and your women if they're coming to an individual that you all perceive as being lower, that you all perceive as being inferior to you, and she want to give him the goods? So they're not becoming more racist. They are becoming more expressive of their racist views, their racist indoctrinations, their racist protocol, procedures, and politics. They're becoming more expressive. That's what I say. But let's get back to my dear rabbit friend, man.
all trying to say black people this and all that. Like, let's cut it out. Black people, some of the most accepting people out of all the races. They'll accept anybody. We'll accept anybody. But ever since Jenny 6ix9ine was fucking with Blueface, all the racist Mexicans coming out the cut. Lucky. All them you ain't hard fools and comments, and how we like comments, and all the racist Mexicans in the comments, my comments. What's up with all that, man? Y'all mad she giving that pussy up? He black, face it. We wouldn't give a fuck if y'all dated a black girl. Why y'all tripping? It ain't never that serious. The bitch chose. Let it be. It's over. We all better together than separate. All that segregation and apart shit, we better together. black and brown way stronger together.
Is a myth. Black and
Damn.
Hispanic
I just gotta say
unity
this.
is a myth.
Am
Let's
I
just start
tripping?
there.
Or since
Let's talk about that. That's a myth. I don't want to call them brown because, brother, you're brown. I don't want to call them brown because, brother, I'm brown. So they're not brown. So I want to refer to them respectfully as Hispanics, Latinos, Chicanos, Mexicanos. You feel what I'm saying? We got a comment from Lost Coast TV 1234. Superior, how we can say the opposite with facts. I agree with you, but it's part of the indoctrination. It's not saying that it's legitimate. It's not saying that it's real, but their indoctrination, their conditioning and programming, they believe that they are superior to us. They believe that they are better than us. Here it's called racism. What they practice and exercise and try to execute on us is called racism. But when you go south of the border, when you go into Mexico, it's called colorism. Because the Hispanics, the Mexicanos, the Latinos, Chicanos, well, not Chicano, you got to be from America to be a Chicano. But the Mexicanos, who are what they call Afro Mexicanos in Guerrera, Veracruz, Oaxaca, the southern part of Mexico, they're treated as pariahs. We all know what the pariahs is. The pariahs is black folks in India that's being permanently placed into a lower caste system. So the same acts is being practiced and executed in Mexico. So you think when some of these older Mexicanos come over here, you think they shed their colorism type of views? No. Down there, it's our people in the South, and then they come over here, they see us. Now it's being carried out on us. And this is the truth. A lot of people are denying, say, oh, that's not true. No, that's true. This is actual facts. If anybody would like to have a conversation about it, we could. We could. If you want to have a discussion or a debate about it, we could. Bring your facts and your references. I will bring my facts and my references, and we can have a conversation about it. There's even, and we shouldn't, because there's even Mexicans that's now admitting, yeah, our people are culturally racist. They're racist by way of the culture. I had a Hispanic American young lady that came thrown, and we had a conversation, and she said some things that was very revelating and basically substantiated my claim that Hispanics are racist. But it's hard to teach them, show them, and put it on display when it's a part of their programming and condition. They don't see nothing wrong. It's almost like trying to get a narcissist to see the error in its ways. It's just not going to happen. So all we can do is focus on loving us, healing us, unifying us, and just supporting us in all our positive endeavors. But let's get back into the content, man. We got another one. Hold on. Let me stop this one. This one right, yeah, this one right here. I don't think Adam was cool. See, ooh, this motherfucking Adam, man. Let's watch this and we gonna commentate.
We had fun, but then also, like, I remember one time he asked me for $1,000 so he could get fly for his hood day.
I didn't see you there.
Nah,
Why?
because I really just don't want to be responsible for someone getting fly for their hood day. I just didn't give him. I didn't give him the money.
That's why you didn't show up.
But I just feel like that's the kind of thing where, like, not.
Pause. Can we expound upon that? Adam didn't want to give full extra $1,000 so he can get fly for his hood day. Get Back Clan says no such thing as black nor white. It's either American or alien by law. I can dig what you're saying, Kim, folks, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you dropping that in the chat. Juanito P7X says blacks have colorism issues as well. I've seen the light skin, dark skin debate all my life. Hold on, let me drop this link for Brother Juanito. Let me play this video, Brother Juanito, and I'm gonna drop the link. So I'm gonna drop the link now. But we're gonna get into this video.
having
got
to deal
mad.
because a lot of the people, like Lush, is not asking for $1,000 to get fly for his hood day. It is simpler not having him around, I guess, because he just came with like some weird ass from time to time. Yeah.
How's his album? I heard you like it. You rate it.
You know, I just
Like the Nas album,
he is kind of like
They
Nas,
being
isn't he?
huh?
We had fun, but then also like I remember one time he asked me for $1,000.
Disrespectful as fuck. If you and Fo Extra had a relationship and you know the climate of what's going on in the black and brown community, why would you go on a Hispanic platform and try to berate or character assassinate or humiliate Fo Extras? That's not cool. That's not fly. And that shouldn't be accepted nor respected. You feel what I'm saying? It's not cool. You know the climate of what's going on. Y'all don't believe he know the climate of what's going on with the Chicano Americans or the Chicanos and the blacks? He knows. But this is his way of low-key creating further division in between two communities that's already divided. So when he insert himself amongst this situation to say this and say that and create more attention, garner more attention to it, it leads to a situation that could potentially get out of hand. And for those who say, man, he don't know, let's get into this content. Hey, whoever just popped in, I'm gonna bring you in. Don't worry about none. Please stay there. Juanito P7X, we want you to come too. Let's have a discussion. Let's have a conversation. Let's keep it respectful. We ain't disrespecting Hispanics. Brother Juanito, please don't disrespect blacks, and we're gonna have a thought-provoking conversation. Let's get through this. Let me just pop and all this and all that. 923. All right, for sure. All right, let me go right here. Let me do this. Let me come out real quick. I need to go to my story. All right, let me share this. Let's see. Share screen. Stories. This ain't what I'm trying to show. I'm trying to show you this. Check out what Adam got to say to the blacks and the Hispanics. Damn, where the fuck it go? Go back here. It wouldn't let me save it, so I gotta do it like this.
My baby put gas thing on his shit.
This is crazy, but that's not what we on.
And it's all because y'all are scared of this Lucky dude. It's actually pretty crazy because people think that like this dude been to prison, he got a squabble, so he must be on some tough shit. Guess who else is on some tough shit? The 22 star. And I'm out here calling shit out as a white man in the scene when both of the races involved in the situation are too chicken shit to say anything about it. It's honestly crazy.
Wow.
I just feel like y'all are pussy and y'all don't stand on shit and y'all are not respectful of the genre of music that you claim to be fans of. So maybe in the podcasting that comes out about this situation over the next couple of weeks, we could actually see y'all have a backbone because currently pretty disappointing.
Hold on. That back.
And it's all because y'all are scared of this Lucky dude. It's actually pretty crazy because people think that like this dude been to prison, he got a squabble, so he must be on some tough shit. Guess who else is on some tough shit? The 22 star. And I'm out here calling shit
Come on,
out
Instagram.
as a white man in the scene when
God damn.
both of the races involved in the situation are too chicken shit to say anything about it. It's honestly crazy. I just feel like y'all are pussy and y'all don't stand on shit and y'all are not respectful of the genre of music that you claim to be fans of. So maybe in the podcasting that comes out about this situation over the next couple of weeks, we can actually see y'all have a backbone, because currently pretty disappointing.
What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? Let's get into the last video, and we're gonna bring these two brothers up so that we can have a thought-provoking conversation. Hold on, let me play this last video. This last one is gonna be real quick to show you that Adam is fully aware of what's going on. He just called blacks and Hispanics spineless bitches. Like, man, like, and we ain't pushing no line on that. Let's see.
Obviously, we are kind of in charge of policing anti-black racism by the Mexican community. I feel like that is a service that we.
But that start.
I feel like you've kind of been spearheading that movement, but it feels like there's been a lot of that on this platform.
Come on, man. What the entire, out of all the times, Cox, that you can start tripping like this, now is the time. Let me stop it. Let me try to pause it and get back into it.
And as a result, right here, we have a clip from the Hoodstocks podcast that has ruffled a few feathers. Let's hear it. This is Miss Loca, as well as Lucky from Hoodstocks. And let's hear what they had to say about the recent controversy with Jenny 6ix9ine and Blueface.
Blueface is just like,
I can't hear it through my headphones.
I hear it clear.
You hear it?
yeah,
Oh, shit, I already heard it before then, but my shit's
hot right now. Like
But
anything.
do you think he's a good-looking dude? Black dude? African American? Booty scratcher?
No comment. I don't really.
Come on.
I don't
There's
really
an
look at
answer.
it.
I mean, do you swing both ways?
No,
No?
strictly dickly.
Like black dudes?
No,
No? Why not?
no. Pino Code 13.
Oh! That's why she's on Hoodstocks. I mean, I don't have nothing against it. Like, I would be disappointed. I ain't gonna lie.
I would be. They would be disappointed in her for fucking with black guys, for liking black guys. That shows you that this racism that they have for us is a real thing.
What do you think? No?
This is a handsome man right there.
No,
Look at that guy right there. Send me a money order. Look at, I love you. Send me a money order. You gonna send my money order?
Charlie.
okay.
And Lush bitch ass think all this shit is funny. He trying not to laugh. But you know what I mean? Like, come on, dog. The gag is up. The gig is up.
I appreciate people being their true selves. And as a result, I gotta say that Lucky from Hoodstocks seems to me like he's kind of like the one Mexican podcaster who's actually got the nuts to live his racist truth.
Adam is good. God damn. Hold on, man. Hey, can we gonna continue this later? I'm gonna bring these brothers up so we can have a conversation, but we gonna come back to this. Damn, Adam is good. So he didn't already effectively put blacks against each other and created confusion and conflict among certain individuals who are African American. Now he's about to instigate and incite. Adam 22 is gonna be the one that's gonna get it cracking. So without further ado, we're gonna bring up, I don't know if it's a brother or a Latino, but his name is GBC Firekeeper. GBC Fire Kipper, welcome to the podcast. Where you tapping in from?
Bless up, brother. I'm from the Bay. I'm American Indian, Aboriginal. You feel me?
That's right
Jones
here.
Plain. You feel me? We Power Town, straight up.
Yeah,
Bless up,
yeah.
though.
Bless up, man. Hey, I'm about to also bring up brother Juanito, who would like to join this discussion. I'm about to bring him up, man. And thank you so much for coming on to Bobby A's Imperial Vision. It's an abundance of love for you being Aboriginal, being from the Bay, and just being the incredible person that you is. Let's bring up Juanito.
Hey, gratitude for letting me up, man.
Man,
It's
it's
for the
love.
ancestors.
Yes, indeed. Juanito, what's the deal, my brother? How you feeling? Where you tapping in from?
Yo, shout out to everyone. I'm calling in from Compton. First time caller, long time listener.
What's
Hey,
the deal, Juanito, baby? Much love and respect.
I always wanted to say that the radio would never answer my calls. But now I'm just a regular Mexican. So damn, you said so much stuff that I don't even know where to begin. So you want me to start with my thoughts on the whole peace thing or on the Mexican thing?
Let's talk about the black and Hispanic thing. Let's get into that.
All right, so I love how the guy Rich Rabbit, right? He said all these Hispanics are becoming more racist. So I'm like, all right, cool. He's gonna bring up a lot of examples, and then he pretty much just mentions one name,
Hmm.
and I'm like, okay, where's the rest? Where are these other Hispanics that are all mad at Blueface? So nobody was mad at Blueface. Their source, their reference is the chat and the comments. And we know that a lot of the comment section and a lot of the chats, they're just trolls, or they might not even be Mexican. That could be any race. And you say you get trolls, all the content creators get trolls. So I don't feel like the comments or the chat should be a point of reference. Let's focus on the content creators. Who were the content creators that were mad at this Jenny 69 and Blueface? I can't think of one. Because I mean, Lucky, he didn't say anything when that happened. So this joke, whatever he said, I'm not gonna tell you guys how to feel. If you guys thought it was disrespectful, hey, that is what it is. It was. I'm not here to argue that. But he just make that's how Lucky is. If you follow his podcast, that's how he is. He has like a dark humor and he's insensitive. He even said a joke about the fucking about the ice raids. When the ice raids were going on, he said a little joke. I didn't think it was fucked up, but people did. They got on his bumper and he apologized, whatever. So if you really pay attention to that joke he made, he was referencing that movie Boys in the Hood. I don't remember that scene when they were in the classroom and they were arguing about being African and not being African, and then that line came out, which is a pretty famous line. I mean, it's a pretty famous movie. There's a bunch of that movie has a shitload of quotables in it, right? So that's where that is. So I don't want to go on a rant. I want to see if you want to have something to respond before I keep going.
But this is the thing. Me as a podcaster, I have to be responsible with my words, because the magnitude and the volume of my words can incite racial tension, potential racial violence upon this minority group to that minority group. So when we come on here, we have to understand that we as influencers and content creators, we have an obligation to make sure that we're not adding more fuel to the fire that already exists. We have an obligation, so we have to be responsible with our words. And when we neglect to be responsible with our words, it creates this type of environment and this type of situation to where you and I now are having this conversation and this discussion about inner minority racism. When you come on here as a podcaster and a content creator, people see you. So whatever is your personal views, and you being Hispanic or you being black, people, and correct me if I'm wrong, people are automatically going to associate, attach, and affix that to your people. True or false?
They're gonna do that to play a narrative. So I see
Listen,
that
true or false, big dog? Let's not get into the semantics. If I am a black podcaster, influencer, and I come on here and say some disparaging and disrespectful things towards the Latino, Chicano, Mexicano community, they're going to make it seem like I am a voice, a leader of my people, and my people feel like that, because one of the first things that they're going to say is a black podcaster or a black influencer from Los Angeles, so on and so forth. There automatically is going to affix race to it. Is this true or false?
If you're in that genre, yes. But however, you have to understand this: the Mexican rap gangster genre thing. Like I don't know how to call this. Is this like a prison genre or a I don't know, whatever it is.
There's no Mexican rap. You just have rap.
Yeah. So it's a really small community that most Mexicans are not aware of this lucky dude. Like most, so if I take you to my to one of our parties or one of our functions, none of us none of us listen to rap really. So none of us know who this lucky dude is. Nobody knows who Adam 22 is. Like it's such a small community with us. Like, now with you guys, it's huge. I understand. So with us, we're more in that peso pluma, fuerza regida type of communities.
Mhm.
So with us, it's a little bit different. But yes, I understand what you're saying. However, though, the one thing I will say this that I don't agree with what a lot of you guys are doing is that instead of just calling out Lucky, you guys put all the Hispanics in one bag. And like I said, you guys haven't given me another content creator that was talking shit about Blueface and Jenny 69. You guys are just basing it off the trolls, but you haven't provided me one content creator that was negative towards that situation. And let's say there's only like 3 or 4 big Hispanic gangster podcasters because Mexicans, they're the way they think, and I'm not a gangster, so I don't say we. The way Mexican gangsters think is that they shouldn't be online, so they get looked down upon for having podcasts. That's why there's only a few. But out of those 3 or 4 big podcasters, who talk shit about Jenny 69 and Blueface?
Okay, Haters World, Blue Devil, he came on, he addressed the situation.
And
And
he was positive. He made a positive video about Jenny 69 and Blueface.
right, but it was another Latina podcaster that went on there called the Rasconca and this, that, and third, and other individuals from the Hispanic community that do podcasts and that may not be urbanized, that may not be in the YouTube streets or the YouTube yada, that also did content about Jenny 69 and Disrespector. I did a video about it. I don't know this podcaster's name because she's not a part of this hip hop or this YouTube streets or these YouTube yada. But check this out.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to say. I guess I was trying to find a name for it, but yeah, I guess that's what they call it, the YouTube yada. Yeah.
Yeah, the YouTube yada and the YouTube streets, they coexist. It's pretty much the same thing. The YouTube yada is pretty much the Hispanic version of the YouTube streets. Would you agree or disagree?
But yeah, of course. But it's so small though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's
You
small.
can only name like four big platforms.
Right. And then you have these smaller platforms, but they're not smaller because some of these Hispanic podcasts and platforms, they're doing 100,000 views, so on and so forth. They're just not part of the YouTube yada nor the YouTube streets where we talk about hip hop politics and we talk about prison politics, prison war
Right.
stories, and all this. They're not part of that. They're doing what they're doing,
Yeah,
cooking
but that's a
shows.
whole different. That's a whole different
But that's still
thing.
Hispanics. That's given a negative perception
Right,
on.
but that's like saying like that guy who's that guy that does a lot of views? He talks about women. He's like in the manosphere.
But
Myron
they're
Gaines.
still Hispanic.
That's like if Myron Gaines was to say something. He's not tapped in with the whole
Myron
prison black
Gaines is
culture.
different. He's different from us. He's slightly different. Like, you feel what I'm saying? His upbringing, where he come from, and all that is different. So that's not a good analogy. He's not a good example. But what I'm saying is, it's what we're debating and they're discussing right now is Rich Rabbit saying that the Hispanics is becoming more racist. Me saying no, they're not becoming more racist. They're becoming more expressive. These other individuals who are
Yeah,
not.
but you're not giving me any names, bro. You just
I don't know their names, brother, but I'm telling you that they're out there. I also did a video about it to where the female called Jenny 69, Jenny 29, whatever, a skonka, this, that, and third. I did the
But see, so here's the thing. Here's the thing with Jenny 69, and I think I think it's from your lack of understanding
you just
how the
equivocated
Mexican.
a filibuster, but you just equivocated a filibuster, but it's good. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say this. So a lot of Jenny 69, she's been getting hate because she acts like a hoe, and she's been acting like a hoe way before Blueface. So whenever that whole thing happened with Lefty, she was getting a lot of hate. So a lot of this, there's a culture in the Hispanic community where your girl can't act like that. Like she's not supposed to be a hoe. She's supposed to be a stay-at-home mom and be all hard. What's that word called? Conservative, if
Mhm.
that's a word. That's the
That's the
thing.
word.
So they've been on Jenny 69 for that, and Jenny 69, she's always crying about it. Like, oh, they don't like me, my fans, they talk a lot of shit. So that was really what the Negra was alluding to.
Right.
Like,
So
man,
hey, listen,
but see,
let's throw
you
her
have to
away.
be,
We
you
gonna
have
throw
to
her
be
away because you
okay.
wanted examples of podcasters that have saying disrespectful, disparaging, or racist, or took on a racist stand against blacks, right? You wanted more
No, just
podcasts.
about this Blueface thing, this
Oh,
Blueface
just
thing.
about Blueface, because man, I was about to lay
Yeah.
it on you. I was gonna lay it on you, big dog. You
Nah,
feel
come
me?
on. I mean, we could play tick for tat, but if that's the game, then I'm gonna say, oh, remember when Christian Rock called Lefty an enchilada? No, we're just because then that's
Hey, look,
gonna
hold on,
just
hold
open
on.
up.
I didn't know that, but if she did that, she's super wrong, and she needs to be held
No, I
accountable. And
know, but I'm
that is what
saying
it is.
then we would go down this rabbit hole, right? So let's just like that's. I guess that's the topic right now. Blueface.
Righteous. Okay, okay. It was really in a
Hey,
minority racism.
Yeah. Damn, Bobby. Yeah, I'm at work, bro. You're a fuck. I don't want to say this without sounding fucking racist, but you're a well-spoken individual. I
Hey, I
don't know how else to
appreciate you,
say it.
brother. Hey,
word.
listen.
I agree.
Hey, I
I
want
agree.
you to come back anytime, homie. If you jump in this thing, I'm bringing you on, homie, because we need to start opening up, having this type of dialogue and discussion on a respectable way so that we can just show people that we can coexist. You feel what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
Juanito,
well,
please come
I
back
don't know. If,
anytime.
Bridge the
oh,
gap.
okay,
Bridge
we
the
could
gap.
talk about this. We could talk about this later, but I left the comment that really the only ones that have beef are the gang members, bro. To be honest, like regular people, a regular black dude that's working at the DMV, he never has no beef. A mechanic that's fucking fixing your car, there's no
That's
beef there.
false. Look,
So,
I mean,
let's
it's
table this one.
minuscule
oh man,
Let's
differences,
table
you
this one
know.
and bring you back because this will go on, and I know you pressed for time, and I'm pressed for time too. I got to start getting ready for work, but let's table this and bring it back.
okay, man. All right, for sure,
All right, I
Bobby. Good looking
appreciate you,
out.
my
Hey, let
brother.
me
God
say
bless you and
this,
your
and yeah,
family.
you have a good day, brother, Juanito. But let me just say this: identity crisis is a real thing. You feel me?
Okay,
Hey, when you don't know about your past, your history, or yourself, you feel me? Um, hey, you out here lost. You feel me? And I lost my
righteous,
train of thought, but
all
yeah,
good,
man, this system did a number on us. But take it, Bobby. My bad.
righteous, righteous. Hey, listen, homie, right here, you are family. Juanito, you family. So anytime y'all want to come on here, homie, and we have these thought-provoking discussions, please don't hesitate. But listen, say man, hey man, shout out to my folks up there in the Bay, man. We love y'all. We need to bridge that gap between LA and the Bay too. So that even this conversation and this union of us, you feel this shit is needed, homie. We have to start having
Word.
more of these type of discussions, homie. Why don't LA and the Bay have a better relationship? And we have so much to contribute to this West Coast culture. It makes no
Shit, I
sense.
I think we family, bro. I feel we family. You feel me? I feel love when I come up there. You feel me? So,
Come down here.
and I'm,
Come down here.
and yeah, I'm not too far away, and I got some of my Aboriginals or American Indians homies up there right now. They just got out there from Mississippi and shit. They on
Righteous, righteous.
the peace 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 tour. I forget the name right now. I've been driving all fucking night. Bear with me, guys. But yeah, man.
Would they be coming to Las Vegas? These brothers, would they be coming? Do they have any
Yeah.
speaking engagements or events out here? Because if I'm off work, I want to come and support that. I want to learn from these brothers. I want to get to know them, and you know what I mean. Like tap me in with them if they coming out here. Let me know the tour dates or when they coming with a speaking engagements or the you know wherever they get whatever they do wherever they coming to, man. Let me know because I want to tap into that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. No
Is
problem.
Is it
Go
is
ahead.
there anything that you want to promote? Is there anybody or anything that you want to shout out before we bring this broadcast to a cessation?
Shit, shout out to the ancestors, man. Aboriginals up, you feel me? I ain't gonna say too much, bro. I'm gonna catch you on the other one.
Hey, I appreciate you and I love you, my brother. Thank you so much. One love.
All good.
Hey man. Hey man, say man. Hey, listen, man. Do y'all don't see it growing? This is growing. 2026 is about to be crazy for us. All power to all people, man. We have to get to a point to where we understand that racism is a social construct. It's just crazy. We see Adam 22 playing the same game on us that his ancestors and his ascendants did on us. Is that the lighter complexion European way? Look what he's doing. And then he comes on here, he calls both races bitches and spineless. And come on. And we're going to continue to let him broadcast, not saying take violent actions against him, but he's playing us against each other, laughing on our faces and saying disparaging things to both races. This don't make no sense. But Young Joe, thank you so much. Everybody that has tuned in, that's locked in, that's rocking with me, thank you so much. Beautifully blessed. Says, ain't nobody effing with you in this content world. Queen, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We going up, baby. We about to start. We all about to be iconoclasts. Over here, we all about to be iconoclasts because we're not about to let peoples continue to put us in a box. We don't want to be guarded. We have the freedom of speech. Let's start addressing this shit. Long as we do it in an intellectual and a respectful fashion, it ain't too much that we can't talk about. I just had a Hispanic brother come on. He didn't disrespect me. I didn't disrespect him. He didn't disrespect blacks. I didn't disrespect Hispanics. And at the end of the day, we was able to agree to disagree. We just had a brother from the Bay come on here. Man, I fucks with my peoples from the Bay. And I feel like brothers need to be more vocal in wanting to create a relationship between us and our cousins up there. And the reason why I say that, because there be certain things that pop up on the internet, and some dudes from the, especially with the thing with DC Baby Draco, you got brothers from the Bay that's saying some disrespectful things, and you got some brothers from LA saying some disrespectful things. No, fuck that. How do we open up a line of communication to where we start having conversations about this shit and nip it in the bud? That's all I'm gonna say. Like, we need to. What are we waiting on? But this is your player partner, Bobby WAJ, where we think outside of the box. Too Black, Too Strong. Conflict, what's the deal? Conflict, I need you to come up one day, have some dialogue with me. Mose, it's been a minute. We're gonna have to touch bases. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, man, let's Frank Nitty. Get excited over my brother, man. That's my brother right there, man. Reckless Podcast, man. All y'all, man. I rocks with all y'all wholeheartedly, man. I love y'all. I appreciate the continued support. I appreciate y'all holding me accountable for the things that I do say that you don't agree with, and you holler at me and I say, you know what? He got a point. But hey, man, man, I got to get ready to go to work. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, but I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in for another broadcast, man. Too Black, Too Strong. We all we need, we all we got. And to give inclusion to everybody else, all power to all people. Let's live in peace before we be forced to rest in it. And that's my time. It's your Beninoid, Bobby WAJ. Shout out to the Gray Street. Shout out to the PJ. Shout out to the Bonnie Hunters. Shout out to PJ Butter. Shout out to my partner. I'm gonna just give you his initial. I'm gonna give you his initial. I'm a BH, not Bonnie Hunter, but his initials is BH, and the other brother initial is NM. Everybody and everybody else, you feel what I'm saying, that has been extremely active, that has been proactive in having these conversations, you feel what I'm saying, about what can we do as now G's, OGs, double OGs, triple OGs in the community, and creating something that can set a precedence and be something that the youngsters can see and gravitate towards and say, I want to be a part of this. And we're talking about some heavy things, not no violent things, not no nothing that'll get us, you know, on a Fed's radar and all this and all that. We just talking about loving our people. We're talking about strengthening and educating our babies and strengthening and supporting our women. That's what we talking about. We talking about resurrecting our communities. I've been told y'all my purpose on this internet is to come on here and do what? Unify / reunify people and resurrect the Black community. And I am living in that. Despite some of the controversy and some of this and some of that, the core belief, the core mission is still the same. Y'all step and be blessed, man. It's your player partner, Bobby WAJ. Let's live in peace before we be forced to rest in, and that's my time. I'm gone.